Hello everyone and welcome back to video 2 of our sea otter story. I'm going to start reading here in our ocean living section, so make sure that you're following along with me as we go. And I might zoom in just a little bit more so it looks better on your screen. Okay. Ocean living. Southern sea otters live along the coast of California. They swim along kelp forests, or clusters of tall seaweed, that are home to many animals and plants. The otters gather invertebrates, such as sea urchins, clams, and mussels, from the sea floor. Then they float at the surface and balance their meals on their bellies, using rocks to smash open the shells. Otters play an important role in the kelp forest ecosystem. By eating the urchins that graze on kelp, otters help the kelp grow. Sometimes we call otters ocean gardeners, says Sean Johnson. He's veterinarian at the Marine Mammal Center. 300 years ago, as many as 20,000 sea otters paddled along the California coast, but in the 1700s, people began hunting them for their soft coats. This devastated the otter population. By the 1900s, so few otters were left that scientists thought they were extinct. Then, locals discovered a small group of survivors. Okay, so thinking of the main idea of that section, ocean living, I'm going to ask myself, well, what did I just read about? Okay, I know that ocean otters are an important part of that ecosystem, so I highlighted that. It also told me that people began hunting them for their soft coats, and that devastated their population. So I highlighted that as well. So thinking about how otters are important for this ecosystem to continue and how they almost became extinct because people were hunting them for their furs. Well, people hunting them for their furs had a major impact on this ecosystem that otters are such an important part of. So when I made my sticky note here, I can click on it and I said, Ocean living main idea, otters are an important part of the Pacific Coast ecosystem, but were almost wiped out when hunters started hunting them for their soft furs. So that's what I said the main idea of that section was. I did it on my sticky note and I hit save, and then it put my sticky note right there. And now I can go on to the next section. Bouncing back. Starting in 1911, people passed laws that made it illegal to hunt sea otters. They also protected some areas where otters live. Later, organizations like the Marine Mammal Center began to rescue stranded otters. They nursed the animals back to health and released them into the wild. These efforts have helped the otter population start to recover. But the animals still face many challenges. People live along the coast and eat the shellfish that the otters need. Ships can leak oil and other pollutants into the water. Fertilizer from nearby farms can wash into the ocean and make otters sick. That's what happened to Yankee Doodle. Fertilizer in the water had temporarily caused plant-like organisms called algae to grow out of control. The algae made a toxin, and as invertebrates ate the algae, the toxin built up in their body. The more toxic shellfish that Yankee Doodle ate, the sicker he got. Vets knew that the otter needed better food. We put Yankee Doodle on a diet of restaurant quality shrimp, clams, squid, and mussels. And over the next few months, Yankee Doodle slowly regained his strength. Okay, so coming to the end of that section and asking myself, what did I read about? They're talking about all of these harmful things that are happening to these otters and their habitats. They're talking about people hunting them. They're talking about all this pollution that leaks into the water from boats and fertilizer runoff from farms. So I kind of thought, well, these are a lot of dangers for these otters. So when I put my sticky note and my main idea sticky note in here, for this section, I said that otters face dangers from many different things, but lots of effort is being made to help the otters. Okay. And then I just have one section left here. And it looks like I'm about out of time again on my video, so I'm going to pause and I'll start a video 3. We'll pick up with an uncertain future.